We're just chilling. I'm making myself a latte. I haven't been on here for a couple days. Thought I'd come on here, say hi to everyone that's on this side. We've been kind of breaking some things up, and we're getting some new information coming in as well, so I'll be breaking some stuff. Well, it's not really breaking. It's kind of a hunch that I had from the beginning, but, you know, hold on a second. Let me make sure. We're going to have to go over to the other side. I got to make it to the other side. Hey, guys. It's nice to see you. Come on in. I'm great with you. Hope everybody's having a great Monday so far. I'm not doing a whole lot today. I'm making a latte. I am doing that. I think being out there in that country, my throat is a little sore in the back, guys. I truly believe that, you know, I've got some allergies. I just haven't taken the allergy pills just yet, but actually I should probably take them now. I pulled them out, but I just keep forgetting to take them, you know? But the back of my throat's a little, you know, it's not... I sneezed a few times out there, but I know I have allergies, because that's the one thing about Mayaca City is like the oak pollen and stuff like that. I don't know if it was pollinating or not, but, you know, with all that rain and stuff, it had to have shooken up something. Hey, guys, it's nice to see you. Come on in. I hope everybody's doing great today. Great! We're not going to put you on members. All right, quit bitching at me. All right, sounds like we're... Everything done? Everything's... Oh, shoot, I didn't hit the button. The power in the whole house just went out! What the hell? That was a little insane. Insane in the membrane. Ooh, you know what I think it is? I gotta get my shoes on. I've got a limb. Shoot. Out the back around my wire. I was supposed to get it taken care of, and I've been not to get it taken care of. I keep forgetting about it. It's the one thing, I never go back here. No, it's not. No, it's not the limb. So, I don't know what that was. They've been doing a lot of power stuff. Around here. Hey guys, sorry, my power just, like, literally just went out in the house. I don't know why it went out in the house. I'm here. It's nice to see everybody. It was just crazy. I was making a latte and, like, the power just cut off in the house. But they've been doing a lot of power work because they're getting ready for the hurricanes. So I think that really does have something to do with it. But I figured I was getting a latte. I figured we just found out some information, so we're gonna get on that in just a second. I'm sorry, guys. I ended up my day's just, it's not like a Saturday. I mean, Saturday was really bad. But it's been a little bit manic. Not my normal Monday. You know, I don't usually have. Mondays are usually my favorite days because I'm not manic like everybody else because I didn't have a weekend. You know, I work all weekend. So Mondays aren't really that bad for me. It's nice to see you guys. Let me see, did I save all that? Okay, I just want to make sure it's in subscriber only mode. Hey guys. So listen. I got to tell you guys this. And this is, I did source the audio. I know, you know, it's kind of crazy because I really didn't want to spend the time going through that, but everybody was so concerned about it, and there's a lot of people speaking about it and everything like that. But the audio is not what you guys think. I know it sounds like maybe pitched high, low. That's what's bad about pitching if you don't know what you're pitching. And so this is a situation, we did source the entire video, the audio video, and we came back to its origin. I'll share that with you in just a second. Let me pull it up real quick. Give me just a moment. All right. And we're going to, excuse me, we're going to talk about it. And don't mind my, my throat's kind of a little sore, but, okay, here it is. This is the original. Sorry, I'm going to try to do it at an angle so you guys, I don't know if you guys can see it, but you don't need to see it. What you need to see here is this is the original. This is the one with the audio on it, okay? Now, what you're seeing is, as you can see in this video, you already see the suspects already identified. See that? You're not going to get this on a video in its origin. This is from Nick Barris. So when he recorded this, he was either in his, excuse me, in his truck, but he had already left the premises, it appears, with the video, because he was able to tag the video. Oh, hey, Morbid, it's nice to see you, my friend. He was able to tag the video, right? So it says subject 1 and subject 2. So they already had the video when he recorded that. What you're getting is his microphone. He's recording it from his phone. That microphone's picking up all the radiant sound, like, you know, like they must be in a quieter room, but it might be, you know, like fans or something like that blowing, or a vehicle, right? Because, you know, they have the news vehicles. He was out there. I don't know what he drives, but I've got to think that they have something, because these reporters have to be editing on the go. You know, they have to go somewhere, and if they have to sit in their car for an hour and edit, that's what they got to do sometimes. So they have to be able to, and I think that could have been, it could have been the air conditioning, it could have been a fan, it could have been the vehicle running. There's a lot of things that sound could be. But as you see, it's from beautiful people like you. I put it out there because everybody, you know, was going haywire about this sound and everything like that. I needed to source the video. Everybody kept saying it came from Nick Barris. I never seen this from Nick Barris. I never seen this particular one. I only seen the final product, because again, he showed the one that was, you know, the finished product that was on the screen that he was recording with his phone. So I think that you know, I think everybody's intentions were well, but I don't think people were applying the fact that it was being recorded on a cell phone and all the radiant sound around the person recording it was being funneled into the microphone. I don't know what that sound was. From my understanding, that the video itself has no volume to, or no sound to it. And we were able to source where the video with the volume was, and it was truly from Nick Barris. So people would have been pulling, you know, from a reliable source, but they weren't applying you know, just certain understanding, I think is the best way to explain it. This was a 3-day process to work on trying to find but this is why it's so important. So I don't think anybody did anything wrong. I just want to you know, very, very clarify that. I don't want anybody, you know, beating up anybody or anything like that. I don't think somebody intentionally did anything wrong. I can understand how this situation happened. So I think everybody's intentions were very, very good. I don't want anybody being discouraged from, you know, listening and pitching up, you know, sounds. But again, this was Nick recording it from his phone. It was getting the sound from his cell phone. Now, again, I keep trying to apply sound and where their house was and where people believe that they were when they were making certain sounds. I can't imagine that they were hollering back and forth to each other if they were talking. So they would have been silently talking. Would that camera really be able to pick up that sound so far back? I mean, you don't hear any crinkling of leaves or, you know, branches or crackling of anything under their feet, but you're supposed to hear a voice. And you would think that some of that other noises, such as them moving, just walking, would drown out some of that too. So I always had a question with that. Now the ruckus video, I'm looking into that. I'm blowing it up. I'm starting to see some of the figures on the building, but the problem is is when you're looking, those things are going on as the lights are in a different, the flashlights are in a different area. If you're watching it from afar, which is the Nick Barris video again, you can see it on but they're not in the line of sight where that light is coming from. That light is coming from some angle, and there's something, it appears like maybe a tree or a bush in the light path. It doesn't appear to be people because they're way over there. So I really had a problem with, you know, both of them 30 feet away. Hold on, let's see here. No, because I've got a thing here, and I'm telling you, I'm only maybe 20 feet, 25 feet from the road. Maybe further back, just 25 feet, and mine does not pick up anybody's talk walking back and forth on the road. I can see them on the camera. I can hear the noise from the wind and stuff on the but I don't hear them talking. If I do hear something, it's very garbled. It's not it's so distant, and that's just 25 feet. I can't imagine it being 100 feet, 200 feet away. I don't know. Maybe different cameras, possibly. That might explain it. I don't know. Let me go up here and see what you guys say. Hey guys, it's so nice to see you all in here. We already have 188 people over here on the crime story side, and we're not really doing anything but just kind of shooting the breeze here. Hey Misty, it's nice to see you. Good morning. D's, no, I should stop. D's mystery obsessed. I'm sorry, that was inappropriate of me. It just popped out. Every now and again, these little funnies pop in my. It happens. I'm sorry. I tell you, I have a pop mouth. It's not my fault. I guess I should try to control it better, but sometimes it just comes out too quickly. I'm just too slow on the draw. I was just about to ask if you think we will be getting tropical. There's got to be something. I mean, the storms I drove in for 2 days. I wasn't going to go back there because the reason why I went back there is I wanted certain, you know, when these things happen, there's certain footage that I like to get. And as quirky as that sounds, there's just certain footage I like to get. And one of those things is the first responders coming in. I love first responder type stuff because I just don't think they get enough notoriety. And so when I get an opportunity to show the people, those are the ones that I like to get. I like to get like the fire trucks and, just all the activity going on. I think people really need to see that, because sometimes you don't know. You don't know what's really going into it until you see it. I mean, that's really what some of our problem is with the Sebastian Rogers case. I mean, let's be honest, right? We don't know what's going on. It makes us feel uncomfortable. Somebody with boots on the ground and can show you live that, hey, this is what's going on. I don't know. It's just something. So I like that kind of footage. So I really did get all of the footage that I wanted. The case itself. The suspects behind bars, it's a tragic story. It's a horrific story. It's the children. And I heard the children weren't living in the best conditions either. So it's like, it's just so unfortunate and so preventable. And I don't know if I'll ever, it's like every single one of these cases, it's like I feel like a broken record because they say the same thing, It's like, it was so preventable. I mean, they seemed healthy though, They seemed healthy. I feel you with the being out in that country. I didn't feel it until just a little bit ago, but I'm like, man, this is getting to me, and I never get sick. So I took my vitamins. I think I'm going to take another vitamin D. I kind of skimped on one. I only took 2, and then I just took 2 allergy pills. So I think between that concoction, I should be pretty good to go. Let's cross the fingers, you know. Hey, Miss Colt, it's nice to see you. I was watching other creators yesterday. He was out at the other scene, and he was saying he had to go because security issues. You're such a girl. Well, you know, and not only that, but I'm going to be going there during. There's certain things that I'm trying to look for, and it might be different. You know, we have a different perspective of this case today than we did when the other creator was out there. So there's certain things that I'm looking for when I'm out there. There's certain key things that I'm paying very close attention to see, you know, positionings, where things are, what's out there. You know, I'm also looking at what tools, you know, I'm looking at a whole host of things. But more importantly, the gate. Can the gate be accessed after hours? That is going to be the main thing, because they've got a hell of a security gate. And they do have, obviously, security, because security came rolling up on Jonathan. Came rolling up. So it makes me wonder if they came rolling up on him that quickly. I mean, it didn't look like he was out there for a significant amount of time before that whoever, you know, I will tell you, if you're a security officer, you can always tell a security officer sometimes, in my opinion, from a police officer, because a security officer he feels like he has to address you with authority. You know, if you talk to any normal officer, they kind of say, hey, what's going on? You know, they're not like, oh, hey sir, hey, you come over here, yeah. I'm lieutenant. I'm like, okay, yeah. This is a has-been. This is a guy that can't cut it. I don't know if that's the truth or not, but I'm telling you, I don't know any law enforcement that handles themselves like that. I'm sorry. I have friends that are in the you know, they are taught to treat people with respect and to be professional and to represent their county well. Do they always do it? No. Why? Because they're a human, okay? And sometimes people get under their bum, okay? You know? I can't imagine being in a uniform with the crap that people are putting them through sometimes over stupid crap. Just like a speeding ticket. Like, what cop needs to be hassled? Look, dude, you were speeding. Just take the freaking ticket. There's no ulterior motive other than slow the F down. You know? It's like, really? Like, I'm like, yeah, okay, officer, here you go. Wonder how much this one's going to be this time. You know? I'm not like, yo, you know, what the heck? Why are you pulling me over, officer? Well, it's 50 miles an hour. I was only doing, you know, 56, 57. You know, can't you just give me a freaking warning or something? Really? I gotta tell you, we just say, yeah, sorry, officer. I usually, you know, every now and again, they'll let me, you know, thanks, ma'am. Thank you, officer. Nice to see you. One time, I don't know what I was doing. I was speeding. And I was in, you know, not the best conditions. And I was in North Carolina. Thank God I had Olivia. I don't think if I didn't have Olivia in that car, I would have gotten off with a warning. I promise you that. That officer was not really too pleased with me when he pulled up. And I just explained to him I wasn't paying attention, that it was on cruise control. And I did not realize the cruise control had fallen off. I'm just saying. Just saying. And he felt bad for Olivia because she's still holding on for dear life, looking like a ghost. I'm just joking. Stop it. I'm not that bad of a driver. I'm a good driver. Let me put it like that. Sorry, I'm confused. I clearly hear people talking. I heard certain words. I get it. But I mean, this is the video. It is recorded on his cell phone. You got all that radiant noise. There's no way that they'd be able to, unless they know the noise and where he was and what noise. I mean, you're not talking about just enhancing a video. You're talking about taking, several layers of audio and splitting them up and isolating one layer of audio. I mean, you're talking about like basically audio engineering, which I don't think this lady is. That's all I'm saying. And, there may be voices, but you don't know who was speaking behind them. You don't know who was around him. You don't know what whispers. It could have been somebody whispering in his ear, I don't like that, maybe we should need to put this in. You don't know who's around him. You don't know what they're doing. That's what I'm saying. You don't know where those sounds are coming from. And you pitch them down. You got different rate. You got different levels of audio on there on top of each other. You're pitching it. It could create its own sound. In reality, you're pitching it down so much, it's creating audio. So I don't know. I know that the actual video that Nick Barris, because that was recorded off of his phone, that what he was recording from the computer had the original copy on it, obviously. So he created his news clip from that copy that he was using his phone to record from. And that copy that we saw didn't have audio to it. So, I mean, it is an assumption that the original copy of that audio or that video had no audio. But even if it did have audio, you're never going to be able to pitch it right because there's so much radiant sound around it unless you know where he was and know how to remove that layer of sound to get to the original audio. You're pitching multiple layers of sound. And believe me, you guys hear when I'm back there and I'm on my phone and the air conditioning comes on. You can hear it through my phone. I can hear it whenever I am watching my replay. I can hear my air conditioning come on. And it's much like that. We don't know what the radiant sound is behind there. So, I'm sorry. I know everybody wants it to be something salacious, but logically, I don't think it is. Trust me, I want breaks in this case. I want to hear something that's good. I want to hear something that might blow this case wide open, but I don't know how to separate the layers of audio in that recording. And I'd have to think, unless somebody knows how to. I don't know. Has anyone asked Bobby about the audio and if it's true, where it came from? Because it's real. I think she would know. And it's so well, everybody keeps saying it's coming from Nick Barris's video. All of this, that you guys heard it. I've been talking about this for several days. Everybody's saying that it's coming from Nick Barris's videos from corroborated source. And I couldn't find it. And so I found it. I see what it is now, and I can explain it. Has anyone? Okay, yeah. But I mean, it never hurts. I mean, I know that Terry Lynn knows. She knows her very well, so that would probably be my point of contact. Not my point of contact, but that'd be. I could text Terry Lynn and see if she would be willing to ask her. I don't want to inconvenience her or anything, but I guess I do. I could do that. That's at least I can do. Oh, did you? Did you already receive it, Stacy? So if you're wondering what, I got this ice maker right here because my refrigerator ice maker's broke. Well, it's not really broke. My fan's broken, so it's not produced. Anyways, long story short is I need an ice maker. And so I've got this little tabletop ice maker. I wasn't going to buy it, but it was too good to pass up. It was only $30 to my front door. They don't have them 50% off. And if you go to my TikTok page, I actually now have them on my shop account if you want to find them. So anyways, this right here, I got for I think its original price is like $60, and it makes ice in like 6 to 10 minutes. And so Stacy was having the same problem. And I sent her over at a TikTok shop, and she's got it. So I'm interested in what she thinks of it. I personally, as long as you keep the well with water, I wish it kind of had its own little, if I could, or at least the option to hook it up straight to water, because, I'm a little handy around here, so I would have hooked it right up to I would have too. Because I still got the hose that goes to this. I could have just rerouted that. But anyways, long story short, you have to fill this well up with ice. But I mean, I just fill it up twice a day. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. Are they still? You know, Audrey, the last time I checked on it, they were still there. But I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. The police around here, they can't stand security guard. Oh, yeah. It's just, you're not going to get any, you're trying, you elicit a different, when you approach anybody like that, you're already asking for problems, okay? You're instigating the problems, in my opinion. Nobody approaches normal people that way. People can see the badge on you. You don't need to come from a place of authority. So, you know, I just, it tells me that it's somebody that couldn't hack it. They probably wanted to be a police officer. But it's that attitude, it's that mentality that probably prevented them from being a police officer. Because they do a lot of psychological testing of you, like different things. They have it. You know, I mean, it's a behavior, so they're looking for specific behaviors. Oh, Pebbles, you could have let that stay. That was funny. That brightened my day. Do you get another? Did you get it? Oh no, I didn't get another. I haven't had a speeding ticket in a while. I was talking about when Olivia and I were, where were we? I thought it was in North Carolina. Where did we go together? She was with me. Huh. I can't remember. But anyways, yeah, I could have sworn it was North Carolina. It might have been Idaho cop. I'm pretty sure it was North Carolina. I'm pretty sure it was North Carolina. I don't know. But anyways, I was just talking about an incident where I was going a little too... It wasn't my fault. It was a mountain. It had a slope. It took the car. I didn't realize that the cruise control doesn't work at a certain, you know, angle, like the gravity, like you got to ride on your brake. And so by the time I realized that's what I needed to do, you know, the officer had already gotten me. I can't even keep a straight face when I say that. I don't lie to you guys. I promise I don't lie to you. Damn it, I don't lie. Oh, gracious. Oh, you did. Oh, you love it. Ah, I love it. 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 But Muffin Mouse, you guys can't see Muffin Mouse's Muffin Mouse comment. It was funny. I got a kick out of it. I know Muffin Mouse is not my most favorite troll in the world, but every now and again, I get a kick out of them too, just as much as they get a kick out of me. Just saying. Oh, Misty, go to the doctors. You can't miss doctor's appointment. Take care, my friend. Take care. I hope they give you a great update. We're looking for good news for you. We're praying for good news. We're praying for good news. So I just thought, I know that stuff about the audio you guys are not probably going to like, but, you know, it is what it is. I can't make it, you know, I can't make it fit. I'm sorry. It's just, and now if somebody knows how to do it and they did it, you know, then that's one thing. But we don't know what's around him, where he was when he recorded it, who was talking behind him. We don't know if it picked up, you know, 15 people behind him, you know, down the hallway. We don't know what it could have picked up. So I just say we have to be very cautious about things, not because I'm just being a pain in the butt. It's because we have to be cautious about things. Things can, you know, things can get out of control really quickly in cases like this. And this is a situation where people are listening to something you don't even know what you're really listening to. You're praying to God that it's what you're hearing, you know, but it could just be, I don't know if you guys have ever heard. But if you want to test the theory out, why don't you go out on a windy day and record, and then pitch that down and pitch that up and pitch that down and see what you hear. I bet you could probably make things, sound, differently as well. I mean, I don't know. I think it came from a Ring camera. People are saying, I get it. I know exactly what we sourced it. It's what it was is Nick Maris, for one of his little Facebook clips. They were working on, you can clearly see it's on a computer, and they had already circled the subject. So that means it was that their people, that their news crews had already identified it, put the little circle to follow the circle. Okay, that little subject box that followed that flashlight wasn't done on the original copy. So, and by that being on there, I had already known that had already been, put on there to follow the light. So it was already modified at that point. So it seems like they had a final product, and he just shot it with his phone to get it up on his thing. So all of that noise from wherever he was when he was doing that, whether it be in the studio or in his van or whatever, he's recording that with his phone, and all that radiant sound from wherever he's at is also being recorded. If there's any recording on that video, I don't believe there's any volume or any recording on that video, because if you saw, he was recording his piece that was on that computer that was going to be airing. And when we got that piece on when he ran that piece on the news, there was no audio to it. So I really believe all that audio we're listening to on that recording that he recorded from his phone was from wherever he was at, and it was coming through his microphone. Even if it wasn't, and there was some sound to that, it would have been drowned out by any noise that was coming through his microphone on his phone. And you have several layers of recording there. If the first one, I don't believe that original recording ever had volume to it to begin with. I think that everything that we're hearing is a direct result of him just using his phone to record the piece from his computer, and he uploaded it, and everybody heard the volume around him and started using that. But and again, even if not, the volume around him would have been another layer on top of the original sound. So how are you going to pull those apart in that type of recording? It's going to be very, very hard without a sound engineer knowing how to do sound engineering. That's just my professional opinion. So I mean, we have to look at that. I'm very careful, because you guys have watched what has happened to me over the last 3 years. So I'm very careful of anything, especially when it comes to these types of situations, because it seems like nobody ever gets in trouble, or they can run with a story, but as soon as I run with it and it's found out the same exact way, I get clubbed over the head by all these things about how I made a mistake, even though 20 other people. So I'm constantly verifying the sources of the information that I am putting out, so it alleviates any of those issues. And so that's why I just can't run here, because I have been treated, you guys have watched it. You guys know exactly why I cover my butt on these things. But this is one that I have sourced back to its origin, and I now understand what happened. So that is my opinion of what happened. I know there's still going to be a segment that's going to believe this audio is audio, and that's fine. I'm just telling you, for me, my worry box has been closed, and I'm not going to run this as any type of fact or evidentiary stuff for my investigative purposes. I'm running this as basically, we've been doing investigative reporting on this particular case. I haven't really done a whole lot of activism. I haven't done any searching. It's been all basically coverage. And with all the craziness going on in this case, I have been very, very careful to make sure that the coverage is appropriate. And I know that sometimes you guys get a little impatient, and you're like, some of you guys were arguing with me a lot, and I'm like, I just need a source. Please help me, please help me. But some gracious viewer did and sent me the correct link to the original where the audio originated from. And you guys just saw it, and I can understand how we got where we are today, but I still do not believe that that holds any type of information that could help us in any way. I don't think that whatever they're pitching and whatever they're hearing, I don't believe is what you think you're hearing. I don't know what it is. I know it sounds interesting, it sounds intriguing, and it's got to be it. But from what I'm seeing and what I'm looking at, it just isn't. I don't know what to say. Now, again, that could change. If another audio pops up that can be properly sourced, this one was properly sourced to the original creator of that video and that audio. And it just, I'm sorry. There's too many variables for it to be an accurate recording of anybody outside of that home. And then you have to take the trajectory from the camera mic. They were too far away to have picked up a whole lot. And if that's not the case, then why aren't you hearing the crackling of leaves, the crackling of them walking through the grass? You know, if you can hear like this, you can hear this. It's a little bit louder. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. There's just, you know, we like mathing, and this is just one that didn't feel right to me. And I didn't want to be disrespectful, and I'm still not, because I can understand how it honestly happened, how this honest mistake did happen. But the bottom line is you have to take into consideration the volume was not introduced until it was recorded from the phone. That's the only time the volume or any sound was introduced into this video, was when it was recorded from the cell phone. No other time. Not during the news clip, not during any other piece that he did with the pieces. No volume at all. Does that mean that video has no volume? I don't know. All I know is that it monkeys with the audio when you have multiple layers of audio on top of each other, and that is what we have here. And because of that, it's going to monkey with the audio. You could hear, without a doubt, other radiant noises that you're not taking into consideration. Well, I heard people talking. Well, you don't know who's behind him. You don't know where that noise is coming from. Again, because there's multiple layers of audio on there. And how do you remove those to pitch it? It's going to be next to impossible. That's just my personal opinion. You know, it's not, sometimes I have unpopular viewpoints, and that's okay. You know, only time will really tell, to be honest with you. But I'd just be very cautious. That's all I'm saying. Right now, everybody is doing a lot of stuff. But just be cautious with what you're hearing. I'm telling you, I'm working behind the scenes. But I have to be honest with you. I will be honest with you. This is the truth, as the truth can be. If you guys were not blowing up my email about this damn audio, because I thought it was a rabbit hole and a red herring, you know, and I'm just kind of blunt like that, and I don't want to be insensitive to people, because I realize that I'm just kind of blunt. I try to be, you know what I'm saying? I try to soften things up where I can. My personality's just blunt. I'm sorry. I'm a nice person, though. I really am. I'm just a very blunt person. And I wasn't going to go down. I thought it was a rabbit hole and a red herring, which it is. Which in all the at the end of the day, it really is. It's a nothing burger. But had it not been, I would never have sourced this video, and the people that would have been talking about it would have probably still been talking about it. You know, so it did stop me. I mean, even though it was a little aggravating. Like I said, it pops out sometimes. I don't mean to be rude. I love it. But you guys don't realize I got like 200 emails about this damn audio. And I couldn't find it. And I figured, you know, I'd give it one last ditch effort today for a push. And lo and behold, we finally found it. And I could finally, you know, now my worry box is at least closed. At least I'm not feeling like I, you know, overlooked a critical piece of information, you know. And that's always the worst feeling in the world. And It's like, sometimes when people are flagging you down and saying, hey, 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 sometimes you just got to stop and look. And so I don't ever want anybody to think that, it's a waste of my time or anything like that. I am glad that we did stop and we did find this out. In all honesty, I wouldn't have given it another thought. And that is the truth. That is the truth. You see, there's a lot of stuff that flares up that I don't give a thought to. I just keep going down what we're doing. Because I have, a better understanding of what may have transpired. And so it's leading me down a very specific path. And so that's kind of where I'm going to probably reside just, for the next few weeks, is just a very specific path. And I'm just going to keep working this path and it might be multiple paths. But I'm going to be working these paths and identifying areas, because we're going to be out there. So I do want to go by the work. I hope, if I'm out there at night, I hope nobody approaches me or makes me fear for my safety. I don't care if they're a security guard or not. I hope he does not address me like that. I expect nothing less than the respect that I give somebody else. I expect to have them in return. And I will file a complaint, and I will have my bullhorn. So I will go to your security department and make sure that your ass is fired. You do not intimidate me. But I think there's some things that I need to see out there at his job site. And once I get a good look at that, then I'll have a good understanding. But I want to see for myself. So we'll be out there. The car has been running really great. I've got to get the oil change. The mechanic wanted me to run 100 miles. I think I've pretty much done that. So it's time for it to get an oil change. I just haven't I haven't gone up there yet. So as soon as I get up to Walmart, we'll have the oil change, and that's pretty much it. I just got to top off the fuel, add some windshield wiper fluid in there, and some radiator fluid, and we're good to go. We're ready for the road. I'll be leaving either the 20th, 21st, somewhere around there. I still haven't finished. I've got to pull all my stuff. I've got to pull everything out of my bag and repack, because it was freezing cold when I was supposed to go to Tennessee the last time. So everything in my bag is absolutely wrong. I need pants, but I need different type pants. I need socks, but I need different type socks. So I'm dealing with a different type of terrain, so the whole entire bag has to be repacked. I've got crap all over the place, so I've got to pull everything out of the bags electronic-wise, go through everything, make sure I've got everything. I got to go through a checklist. I haven't had to do a checklist in forever, but, I got to make sure I have everything here. I don't know where stuff is. I feel like everything's just kind of a disarray, and it's starting to bother me a little bit. So, anyways, that's all I'm doing. Didn't the video and audio come from the neighbors? Not the odd. That's what I keep saying, people. He downloaded the odd. My understanding is the original photo that Nick Barris downloaded had no audio. And all of a sudden we started talking about audio, and I'm like, where did the audio come from? I sourced the audio. The audio is from when he recorded on his phone, his laptop. This was on his own laptop. And the reason why I say that is that the marks of the subjects were already placed on there. You don't get that on your Ring doorbell camera or any doorbell camera. Those have to be placed by a program. So it was already in the editing software to put that on there. So I have to assume that that is on his from his phone, from his computer. It wasn't from their house, so he's not recording the audio from that. What you're hearing is the radiant audio from wherever he's there. It could be an engine of, he could be in his work van, in his news cruise van, which has, sometimes they have the whole editing kit right in the back of the van. It could be he's at his studio or at his house. It could be that he's in his car just working on the thing from the laptop just on his lap, and you're hearing the air conditioning from his vehicle. It could be, you don't know what that audio is, but we did source it. We know exactly where it came from, and now we can see exactly what happened. And to me, I don't see how you're going to pull apart this many layers of audio, because you got now, because he's recording from his phone, everything that's around him being pulled into that mic. See? It's recorded from his phone, from his laptop. It's not even a clear recording like the recording we get. So it's not even the crystal clear recording he produced. This is literally him recording from his laptop. Listen to that. It could be a car. It sounds like an engine to a car. Or air conditioning. And they're pitching that. And it's coming from his laptop screen. So he's recording this with his phone. So I don't know. I don't know. That's what we've got. That's where it's at. And there's where the volume comes in. And it is from Nick Barris. Maybe you guys need, you know what? I bet you Nick would be responsive. Why don't we quit guessing at this and ask, and just somebody write Nick or reach out to Nick Barris and ask him if the original video had audio to it. And if that was the video audio. I mean, that would just, it seems like it'd take a lot of guessing out of this if somebody just, I mean, he seems like he's pretty responsive to the audience. Because I honestly don't know. You know, even my opinion is just that. It's an opinion. It's just based on what I'm seeing here. It's my opinion. It doesn't mean that I'm right. We may be listening to the freaking audio. We may be hearing, that might be the car of the, the mysterious car. I mean, we really don't know, but why keep guessing at it? We have somebody that we can ask that would tell us. I believe Nick would tell us if his video had audio or not, or if that was just recorded, his radiant sound, Did I see Crime Stories Obsessed? Hey, it's nice to see you, my love. It's nice to see you. We gotta love the Bullhorn Betty trolls. You know what? I kind of feel the love. I'm starting to feel the love. Like they love me so much. They just can't get enough of me. They even I've never sat on a channel that I roll my eyes and. I'm like, I can't, and I turn the channel. I can't hear them. I can't stand them so much. I gotta change the channel. But these people, they just keep coming and coming. They just like my attention. I realize I'm much better to look at than a bunch of emojis, especially when you know what the people behind those emojis look like. I'm sorry. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. And I still go over there to listen. Smoke another 50 packs of cigarettes. Good Lord. Good gracious. Good gracious. I don't know, with my throat. I might be coming back here in a morning like this. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. But you can see even with the sore throat, it doesn't get Betty down. You know what I'm saying? I got a mouth. My mom named me Mouth of the South. I don't know how old I was when she named me that. I think I was 3 years old. I want to let that sink in. 3 years old, Mouth of the South. They had no clue. They had no clue. They're still looking at me. Oh, she's so cute. She can't be that much trouble. Yep. Because they don't matter. To be honest with you, they really don't matter. Pebbles, be careful. Are you sure that's not the real Seth Rogers? Hold on, unblock him. Check that out because he's not modded over here. I don't think I've ran over here with him modded, so make sure that it's not the right. Let me see. I used to listen about. Oh, okay, never mind. I get you now. Sorry, I wouldn't read the message. That's some sick, twisted stuff right there. I hope that person literally gets karma. I just want to say, whenever you're stub your toe, you literally have your whole entire world fall apart, just remember that's karma. And I hope it comes to you sooner than later. That was disgusting. That shows you the evil in this world. I know you guys didn't get to see it, but I can tell you the comment was pretty disgusting. And I don't think I ever really prayed for somebody to have something bad happen to them. I don't want something terrible to happen, but I don't. I haven't prayed for it yet. I'm just saying. I'm walking this through. I'm walking this through. I want to make sure I'm not getting struck by lightning. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm a normal human being. I think. Okay, sometimes I think negatively, but I'm kind of thinking this person on the other end. I think I'm really thinking negatively. Impersonating somebody and saying something about their missing kid like that. That is just. I wish. I won't pray, but I surely will wish. I surely will wish. Is that praying? I don't know. I got publicly humiliated on... That lady is trash. That lady is absolute trash. I can't tell. Is that... Can somebody tell me if that... Oh, let me go to this one here. Give me just a second. I'll be back. I don't want to. I'm not modding. I'm not modding right now. Yeah, don't block that one. I don't know if that's the right one or not. I can't remember. He's gonna have to text me and let me know. I'll go back. But I keep hearing that she got video directly from the neighbor. Who is she? Because I'm pretty sure the lady that tarot lady, she got this video that I showed you. I could be wrong. You know, I don't know the lady. I'm just saying that. How did this lady with 1 point? I mean, I'm not trying to be jealous over here. I'm just saying I don't know how this lady with thousands I think she had started out with 1,000 subscribers before this. All of a sudden gets her hands on audio that I couldn't get my hands on. I'm just saying. And she has no connection to this case whatsoever. She doesn't even know one creator in this case. She just pops up out of somewhere, and then boom, all of a sudden everybody's talking about her. It's like, where did this audio come from? Who is she? You know? I don't know. And then somebody started telling me it was the sound out of a spirit box, and I'm like, please don't tell me she just took the whole thing on a wild goose chase over some sounds that came out of a spirit box. And then I start, you know, and no offense. I mean, I get that there's some people that believe in that stuff, but I'm sorry, you don't distract everybody over an audio that a spirit box created, if that's what happened, you know. And so that's what I was hearing that was being implied, and I'm like, please don't tell me she did that. And then people were saying, no, it came from the Nick Bears video. And so I kept wondering, what was the Nick Bears video? And if the trolls don't chill out, we'll just put it on members only. And it's not to punish my subscribers. It's just I know that my subscribers will pay for memberships, and that will piss the hell out of these trolls. Be like, oh, it's a money grab. Well, you forced it because you guys wouldn't leave my channel alone. So if your intention is not to put money in my pocket and not to help my channel succeed by you being here and giving me the click and the view over and over and over again just to make that response, is actually doing just the opposite of what you're trying to accomplish. And then you add the fact that I will move this into members only, which will then complicate your feet even longer. So if you guys can't stop, I know who it is. I know what team they're coming from, right? Because they're all connected. They're all connected, but I know where this attack certainly is coming from. I do know that. So there is that. But hey, what a nice guy. All right, here we go. We'll fix this problem right now. The ones that are in it today are in it to win it. Because you guys, I'm not going to go ahead and put you to members only over here. But you know what we will do? We'll make it an hour before you got a comment. So everybody that's been subbed up to this channel prior to an hour ago, God bless you for being here. There we go. We fixed that problem. We do control our chat, so we'll handle it that way. Casual Christy's like, yeah, I'm still allowed. I don't believe the audio. Yeah, no, I you know what, to be honest with you, I understand. It seems like somebody just didn't apply, just didn't. Again, you know what? It might be me. I could be way off base here. I just think that at this point, we've been talking about it for days, and now that we know that the video, the one with the audio in it, came from Nick Barris, I think somebody should just reach out to Nick Barris and say, hey, they're passing around your video and pitching it. Was this video? Was this, is this audio from their camera? Is this audio from their camera, or is this radiant? Because if there was audio there and he's recording it from his microphone, you're still going to have that double layer, because you got the recording going and you got all the radiant noise around them, such as things you're not thinking of, air conditionings, dishwashers. Well, you don't know where he's at or what he's listening to or what's going on. They may have a few TVs or monitors going on behind him. We don't know. We don't know, because we don't know where he was when he recorded that. So I just think that, we now know who recorded it. We now know where the audio came from. I think that maybe just a simple inquiry into Nick Barris, I think, will resolve everybody's, suspicion or whatever. Because it'll be very simple. It either had audio or it didn't. Done. And I think he would respond to somebody. When I first started, my first thought, someone done a spirit box and are trying to say it came from one of them. Yeah, well, that's what I'm actually hearing. And so I didn't want to say that about the lady, but, I did get a few people that responded back that said that they believed that's what it was, but they weren't sure. Everybody's been very respectful. They haven't been like, this lady, or, everybody's been so respectful getting me information and even how they're, communicating about these things. So I don't think that this tarot lady, she seems nice. I don't think she's intentionally trying. I think she kind of got sucked into it, and then she's like, what is that noise? Probably, wait a minute, I hear something. I'm sorry. Come on. You guys got that vibe. You got the vibe. It doesn't look like she goes without her wacky tobacco. I'm just saying. Okay? I just think that she was just, kind of chilling, relaxing and checking out the video and saying, getting sucked into the case. It's like, I hear something. And then we go on a 3-hour tour, right? We go on a 3-hour tour. Next thing you know, you got Katie screaming, pick up the dead body! Pick up the dead body! Get it in the car! Get it in the car! And it's like, man, you heard all that? Wow. I don't know. But she seemed nice enough. And God bless the people that do this, because you know what? Without people that do that, it's always about that one time that you get something when you hit pay dirt, right? It's not about the 15, 20 times that you did it and you didn't get paid dirt, really, in all fairness. That's why you shouldn't beat up on people like that. Because what if she did this and she got an audio, and what if she did this and it hit pay dirt and we got something out of it? You never want to criticize somebody just because something didn't work this time. But that's why it's so important to source it back. I love people that do this stuff. I really do. I don't have the patience for it. And I know somebody's going to find something someday doing this very thing. So don't stop. It's just, we need to source all of this stuff. See, if she would have sourced it before, and maybe she did, maybe somebody sent it to her, maybe, I don't know. But if she would have sourced it, I think she might have applied, the fact that it's being recorded on a phone. and the radiant noise would have been picked up from that phone. But again, I think Nick Barris would be, we know who to contact. I think he would be the person that we need to ask this question to. Why guess about it? Somebody just, pick up the torch and reach out to Nick and see if he'll give us a response on whether the original video had audio or not, and how he recorded that original video. And maybe moreover, see if he'd be willing to, download the unobstructed raw stuff he received. He may have already done that. If that's the case and he's already done that, we need to go to that spot and see what's on that recording. So, and if it's this, and they took all the sound out for their segment on TV, then it's going to be very hard to know what we're hearing on that audio, in my opinion, because there's at least 2 layers of audio. There could be more. We don't know. So that's just my opinion. Oh, hey, Serenity. Nice to see you, love. Do you think KP and CP would hide Sebastian between his home and his dad so they can... I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, I really wouldn't. I wouldn't put it past anything. But the only thing that's keeping me from thinking that, honestly, Serenity, is the fact I don't think anybody would be doing what he's doing without a comfortable environment to do it. So it would have been a place that he would have been the most comfortable in working in. I mean, you're dealing what we're describing here. You never want to be caught red-handed doing. So my gut is telling me that Chris would work better in environments he absolutely knows inside and out. And I don't think Clarksville is it. But we have gotten some hope, because there's another route to Chris's job that looks like it shaves off a slap hour of drive time. I'm working on that right now to find out how it is. Apparently, it is a way that is known to people that are driving this from Nashville to Memphis. It's not known to people outside of the area, because they keep you on I-40, and that I-40 is apparently it takes about an hour to get there. So if we were to couple the fact that Chris may have had an additional hour to work, as well as the fact that we don't believe he could have been at his job by 5:15, that gives him an additional, in my opinion, at least 2 or 3 additional hours. Probably closer to 2. I have to run the calculations. I don't want to be overzealous, but that's what I think. Betty, we have 3 Ring cameras, and the audio say, like, from my neighbors sound like the audio that someone is passing around. Well, I don't know to tell you. I've got one too, and I can tell you that when I see the kids out there playing in the road, I don't hear them. I may hear a little bit, like some rumblings, but I don't hear them. Now you start pitching it and stuff like that, but again, I know everybody wants this to be. You're going to have to realize that whatever you're listening to is 2 layers of noises. 2. I don't see how they're going to clear up 2 layers of noises, because even if you're just trying to find human voices wherever Nick was when he was recording them, anybody that's whispering or talking down anywhere behind him or anything like that's going to be picked up. I'm just saying that I don't think we know. We just need to find out. I have enough reason to believe the audio is not what we think it is, and so that's what I'm saying here. I think the best route here to confirm or deny that information would be Nick Barris. So if anybody would like to conclusively find that out, they can. It's not something I'm willing to run on my platform. It's something that I don't believe. I believe people are listening to what they want to hear, and I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I checked into it. These are my findings. That's all I can do. You know, you guys have to make the decision for yourself. But for me, until more information comes forward about this audio, I can't. We're not. I think it's a nothing burger. I think it's a nothing burger. But again, it could change. It could change. All I need to know is whether the original recording had a sound or not, and if it did have sound, did Nick record that sound? And if he recorded that sound, how did he record that sound? Did he download it, or did he record it with his phone? That's going to be very important, because that's going to tell us how many different layers we have on that. So we just got to keep working it. Okay, right now it's looking like nothing. Tomorrow it could look like something, depending on what information we get. But right now, I need more information. It's starting to swing as it's a nothing. If it came from 1001 Stafford, I don't think that camera is audio capable. Good point, because it is just the exterior camera. You are right. I think you're right, Katrina. You might just have solved our problem right there. Because you're right. I don't think that is one with audio. Let's find out. It's the one on the garage. And everybody's going to have to kind of make their own decision for themselves, you know, whether they believe that this, let's see, I can't get close enough. You know what, to be honest with you, it doesn't look like it's one with audio because of the tubular, but I can't tell. I can't tell what kind of camera that is, if it would have audio on it, but definitely looks like night vision. Somebody might want to look that up if they can make out what kind of camera it is. I'll have my long lens out there, so I'll take a picture of it and see if I can get an actual make and model of the camera, and that'll tell me whether we have audio on it or not. Because quite frankly, it is... They were saying that they were picking up audio. The audio portion of that they're tippering down was when these people were way back here. I don't see how that is going to pick that up. It's not like they were, sitting right here in the car, because by the time, if you guys watch the video, there was no conversating between subject 1 and subject 2. They made it to the car, subject 1 or 2, I can't remember which one they tagged, the one that went back to the house, but started going back to the house very, very quickly. So where was the time for the conversation for this to pick it up at this location here where the car was? I mean, we got to think of all these things. Play the tape through. Ask yourself these questions. What are we missing? What are we missing? So I'm looking at it, just like the lights on the house or the garage or whatever it was. Where their lights were, there is no way that they could possibly be beaming across there. And not only that, but the light sources, there were 2, and they were so significantly far from each other that they weren't close enough to have that ruckus with something. So, I mean, if you look at, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like I look at these things and I'm like, I analyze it fairly quickly. I don't know if it's because we see so much stuff or not, but it just seems like, I don't know. I'll be in Tennessee on the 22nd, somewhere around there. I was told it comes from an immediate neighbor's house, but that's not a fact. I think Nick Barris did get it from the neighbor's house. He got it obviously from 1001. I mean, it came from that house. He did meet with the people that were in there, and he did obtain a copy of it from them. So I do know where we all know where the video came from. We know who turned it over to Nick Barris. The question is, does it have sound? Because a lot of people are focusing on a lot of sound, and if it does have sound, Was that a download, or did he record it with his phone? Because that's going to tell us, how many layers of sound we have on that, which is going to be important. Because again, you have to literally separate, and somebody that's in here with audio can tell you, you literally have to try to find a way to separate both sounds, both layers of sound. You've got to completely delete one layer of sound. You've got to take the other layer of sound and remove all the noise from it. She didn't do that. She just removed all the noise from the entire clip, not removing anything from it. So there's just, I can't explain, but there's a lot more that goes into it than what you think does. And anybody that has had to go through this process understands it's a very tasking process. I don't know how to do it. I know there's programs that know how to do it. She's, in my opinion, is not using a proper program that will remove different layers of sound. Allegedly in the house that's across the street from where the video came from. I'm not sure if that's true. I just seen that. Yeah, well, that's a lot of assumptions, I know where the videos that we are using came from. I know the exact house they came from. I know the exact camera they came from. I know the exact camera that the clip that Nick Barris has came from. But again, I think we'll resolve this soon. I think there's enough people here that will reach out, that, maybe Eric will just speak up and say one way definitively. We just need to know, does it have audio or does it not? And then move on to the next step. If he says it does have audio, ask him how was this hold on, let me go to the video real quick and I'll tell you what video. The Facebook clip that he did, won't give me any more. I don't even know the date he did this. It's not telling me the date. But it's this video right here. This one. It's on Facebook. And it might even be a Facebook short. I don't know. We just need to know where the audio came from that was on here. Because I can tell that it's not as crystal clear as what we ended up getting as a result. This is really grainy. It looks like it's recorded from a cell phone, from a computer screen, something like that. I don't know. I don't know where this came from for him. But we need to ask him, because we need to find out if that audio is him or that audio is from the recording. That's the first thing. When we have somebody we can ask. He puts this stuff out. I don't think anybody thinks that, this is normal people don't go in and grab stuff and pitch it up and down. I mean, this is like us crazy, true crime. We do that stuff, right? You don't see somebody at home saying, oh, I heard something there, let me play with this, We're the only ones that are crazy. So I don't think anybody thinks of this stuff. I mean, we think of this stuff. That's what defies true crime, the true crime genre from really anything else, is that we do stuff like this. We try to find anything. We want to know everything. We want to have every piece of evidence, every piece of information, anything that we can get or garner from anything that we're given that we can corroborate. We want to use, we want to tear apart, we want to pick apart, we want to, literally, that's what we're wanting to do. And so that's just where we are. But anyways, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I wanted to come hang out with you. I wanted to talk to you guys about that. I know it probably upsets some people. I'm just doing my due diligence. You guys believe whatever you want. Other people, I'm sure, will be covering this audio. I just can't. I'm not going to. We work so hard to keep everything on the uppity up, really legit on this. We're only using... I'm not, if I can't corroborate it, it's not going on, Like I said, I was listening to a bunch of idiots that I clearly see as being a bunch of idiots, and I realized what they were doing was just, this is what we need to be doing. And trust me, that's what I mean. We need to be doing this. And I just can't use that audio. It's a red herring for me. It doesn't provide me any value for any of my stuff. It doesn't identify where Sebastian could be. It doesn't identify who was out at the car. You know, it doesn't identify that. So either way, keep sending the stuff to me. I just I can't use this audio, but you know, we never know. There may be, well, people do this all the time. We will get it right. We'll get one that it's going to be really important, you know. So you don't want to ever criticize somebody just because they came up short. You never want to do that. So because we need people that do this, and it's very important work, because you never know when they're going to hit pay dirt. Okay, don't forget that. All right, guys. God bless. Love ya.